Hey viewers, my name's Kara, and this is a pretty after-the-fact video, but I'm finally getting around to telling you about the S.J. Tucker concert that I attended going on 3 weeks ago now. I'm sorry for the delay, but I did want to make sure that I had time to talk about it all, and then edit it all together and show you some of the clips that I took and things. So it's taken me this long, but it's currently Memorial Day and I have the day off, so here we are. So on May the 7th, Wednesday, this is 2014, I drove after work to Youngstown, Ohio to go to a concert at the First UU Church of Youngstown where S.J. Tucker would be performing live and in person. And I have a gentleman named Patrick to thank for that. I met Patrick through the medieval fair and indirectly through YouTube because a friend of his, Kelsey, watches my channel, and she happened to be in town and met up with me at the medieval fair, and we took a picture together. And Patrick basically asked her, who is this person? We ended up talking, and then he said, hey, a friend of mine who's a musician is coming to Youngstown and I want you to go to her concert. Sorry, my neighbor is mowing their lawn now, but I'm loud. So I bought a ticket to go to this concert. Drove myself there. I went by myself. I couldn't get anyone to go with me, but I knew I'd be meeting up with Patrick, so that would be fine. So I walked in, looked around, found Patrick, said hello, and then someone who is basically the person in charge of the Youngstown Eclectic Pagan Society came up and met me, invited me to have some dinner. So I sat down, got a little piece of cake and some tea, sat down to eat by myself at a table where some other people had already been sitting, and they were sort of together, so we talked for a second, but not much. Then another girl came and sat down, and it was revealed that she was also there on her own, so she struck up a conversation with everyone. And then when the other girls at the table left, she addressed me and just said, are you here by yourself too? And I said, yeah. Turns out her name is Melissa, and she is a chocolatier. She and her husband, I think, own a chocolate shop. And at the time, I was actually not feeling very well. I thought my blood sugar was kind of low, so she pulls out a chocolate bunny from her purse, and at first I was like, you just carry these around? She was like, yeah, I'm a chocolatier, so... And that's how I found out that Melissa's a chocolatier. So Melissa and I hung out and talked about how we got to hear about SJ and all this kind of thing, so we pretty quickly became friends. Hi, Melissa. And then the concert started shortly after that, and there were all these other people there. There was an author whose name I forgot to look up, I am so sorry, but she was there introducing the newest of her books.
Heard S.J. Tucker. And I went, oh!
And there were all sorts of other local pagan artists there, whether it be jewelry or art, like paintings, or a number of things. I didn't even go around and look at everything, but there were a lot of different people there. So it was also sort of a mini fair, like supporting local people, so that was really cool. And I did record a couple of clips of SJ's music, which afterwards when I met her, she gave me permission to post on here with my ads and everything, so I will be posting little clips of them here in this video, but I will post the full video clips that I took separately as well. So I have to say that this experience for me, sort of hearing SJ live for the first time, and I had really only heard a few of her songs before that, and that was the night before when I looked her up, it's an extremely fulfilling experience to see SJ live, and it's also a very magical experience, which some of you mentioned when I said that I was going to see her. Some of you commented and said, oh my gosh, you know, her live performances are, in a word, magical, and I absolutely understand why you chose that word. They really are. They're just full of such energy and such power. And that happened to be during the week that I was doing some work with Power. That was my Power week, and so it was very appropriate for me to be there at that time. And there was also something going on with me in my personal life that day, which I will not speak about yet, but later on down the line when I mention it, think back to this video, there was something immensely power-related going on with me that day that this concert and the specific songs that she chose to sing just really emphasized and solidified some things for me and just brought me to this place where it was just all perfect. It was perfect. So I recorded a bit of her song Wonders because I specifically was very interested in the chorus of it that day, which includes the line, there must be blood and this I knew, but surely there must be wonders too.
There must be blood and this I knew. Surely there can be wonders too. I cannot leave the cages locked or well enough alone. I can only be myself when I am so far from home. It's the wonders that I'm after, even if I have to be rush decisions for the sake of what I need.
And that in itself is just such a perfect thing to remember, especially at certain times in our lives when we're struggling with things. You know, no one ever said it was going to be easy, but there have to be some good times too, so that's what we're looking forward to. I also recorded her performance of the song Rabbit's Song, which is based on a children's book.
But beneath the tree where eagles sat, Coyote told the tale of silly hares cavorting in the old country of Wales. Ravens stared into the sun and crows sang awful songs, and rabbits sat a-listening with ears so wondrous long.
And Melissa actually bought the only copy of the book that SJ had there at the time. And the other song that I recorded her performance of is Beets in My Salad, which is a really incredibly awesome song about salad and about all natural food, and just it's really cool. It has a really good beat.
Like poetry waiting in your salad bowl. Pretty local grown veggies make it good for the soul. Cucumbers, baby bean sprouts, avocado gets a shout out. With your pomegranate seeds sprinkled on the top. Turn up the beat so the salad goes beets in my salad, beets in my salad. I got beets in my salad, beets in my salad. I got beets in my salad, beets in my salad. I got beets.
And you can listen to all of her music on her webpage. There will be links in the description so you can check all of that stuff out as well. One of the other songs that I did not record that I really liked is her Hymn to Hern. And I had never heard it before, and let's just say hearing that song live for the first time is astounding. She also taught us her secret handshake so that when she does it on MTV, we'll all be in the know. But that song is so incredible. It actually inspired me. I have been dancing again recently for like a week or so. Before that, I had just gotten into... No, not really. I think it was that same week. I just got into dancing again as exercise and just for fun for me, having dance parties at 1 a.m. by myself. And that song in specific just inspired so many movements for me that I've actually started choreographing a dance to it, and it's not completely done yet, but I have a lot of it down. There's just like a couple verses and a couple odd lines here and there that I haven't nailed down what I want the movements to be yet. When that is all complete, you will be seeing it, of course. Because I've been noticing a lot lately that there are things about my life that, knowing me in person, you would get to see all the time, but you haven't gotten to experience as my viewers online. So that includes things like the fact that I sing constantly, and I write songs, and I come up with dances, and I just dance all the time, and the art that I do, and different things like that that I don't share on the internet, but if you knew me in person, would be completely, overwhelmingly a part of who I am. So I want to share a little bit more of that stuff with you, and I have Sooj to thank for that, really, in a way, because hearing her music and seeing her performance and just knowing her as a person now is just very inspiring to go ahead and do what you like to do, especially since so much of her, I mean, she has songs, amazing songs, that are about salad, you know, and if that ever, if anything could ever just completely crush the worries that I've ever had about, like, oh, it's not good enough, or this isn't perfect enough, or blah blah blah. This woman can write about literally whatever she wants to, and it's fantastic. And that's, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is, for me anyway. So afterwards I got to meet Sooj, and I purchased one of her albums. I chose the Blessings album because it has a lot of her pagan-y, witchy sort of songs on it, and several of the songs that she performed that day were on it. I also purchased a couple little samples of tea from Dryad Tea, who created something like 20 blends specifically inspired by SJ's music. So I bought the blend that's called Come to the Labyrinth and also Pixie Can't Sleep. And I haven't tried either of them yet because I'm like saving them for, I should make one today. But they smell fantastic, and I'm a complete tea nerd now that I work at a tea parlor, of course, so I saw tea and I was like, I have to get this. And Patrick and his fiancée Belinda were there and chatted with me about stuff. Belinda was cracking up at the fact that I could not decide on which tea I wanted because clearly I should have just gotten all of them. And Ryan, I also met Ryan, he's also awesome. So just everybody that I met there, and Tim from the Youngstown Eclectic Pagan Society, everyone that I met that day was just amazing, and I just felt like this was a great thing for me to do. So thank you, Patrick, for inviting me. Thank you, Sooj and Ryan and Patrick and Belinda and Tim and Youngstown, UU, and everybody, and Melissa. everybody for making it possible and everybody for making my experience there so great. Not that it was just mine that mattered, but of course it's mine, so that's how I interpreted it. It was amazing. Thank you so much. And now I would invite all of you to please check out the links in the description. Check out dryadtea.com, check out SJ's site, everything. Just look it up. Support artists, support people that you love, because I mean, just look at this community and look at what they do, and it is just mind-boggling to me, and I love it, and I am so happy to be a part of it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye. Lawn mowing season.